Good morning. I'm Bill Sisler. I'm here in the vineyard of Ed Hessenkamp, and we're looking at a vine that has not as strong a vigor as you would like, and we're going to try to prune it to encourage growth and to clean up some of the spurs and canes from last year. So let's look at it first of all, and we see multiple canes coming out of here, some of them with long spurs. We like to get rid of the long spurs and encourage growth closest to the cordon. So we're going to try to do that by first taking off the ones that we don't want to keep and then choosing the remaining ones for keepers. So here's one that's fairly long and away from the cordon, and there's also one adjacent to it that has some buds. So the first thing, I'm going to take this one off. Same thing here. We have two canes close to the cordon. They're behind, so you may not see them. But we have one on top. We'll take that off. This one doesn't have any other buds apparent, but so I'm going to minimize it for now and just take off part of it. And then let's go down the rest of it. Here's another spur that sticks out quite well, and we have a nice bud starting at the base. So I'm going to take that one off completely. The next one is kind of a problem one, but we're going to have to see if we get some new buds this year. But to encourage that, we'll take it back as much as possible to encourage the growth further down. Here's another one out in front that has a cane underneath. We'll take that off. This side is going to be a little tougher. Here's a double one with a long spur. We'll take that off. And here's another long spur. What this does is kind of cleans it up so you can judge where to keep the new ones. Okay, so now we're minimized it a little bit. And let's start choosing which ones we want to keep for this year. Here's one out on the end, and the one tool I have here is a number 2 pencil. And if you look at a cane that is smaller than a number 2 pencil, you want to cut it back to where it is at least the size of the number 2 pencil. So in this case, I'll keep one bud on that little shoot. There's one underneath here you can't see. I'm going to clean that one up. Here's one here that's also just minimal, so I'll keep one bud on that one. Now we have some over on this side. I think I'll take this one off and keep the next one. I'll keep one bud there and take this long spur out of here. Okay, so so far we have 1, 2, 3. Here's one on the back side that's pretty good, so I'll keep 2 buds on that one. Here's one kind of in the front that's too small, so I'll just keep one bud on that one. And the bud is right near the base there, you can see it. These two are problematic because they're like 6 inches long, and you're not going to get any new growth down near the base. So I'm going to sacrifice those and then encourage growth this next year so that we'll have some choices next year. So we're going to take both of these off. And then we didn't decide on this one yet. So we've got one here and one here. And here's one on the bottom that's kind of a knobby spur. And so I'm actually going to take that one off. And then I have one here and one here. I'm going to take, well, let's see here. I think I'll keep this one bud on this one and take this one off. So that's that side. And then we'll do this side, and then I'll go back and show you how we clean it up. Here we have one that's fairly knobby, but I'm going to keep one bud on that cane from last year, and there's one behind it I'll take off. Here we saved one. We have one coming out there. Here we'll keep this one, even though it's a little bit ugly, and we'll keep one bud here. So we're starting to get cleaned up. Now if you look, you can't see behind here, but there's a small one that I have to keep only one bud, and here's one here that I'm going to take off. This actually goes beyond the post, which makes it difficult, so I'm going to take these off. And actually here's a one that sticks out. I'm going to take him off too. So now, before I clean it up, I'll show you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we may get growth out of this one. I don't think we will, but there's at least 5 on that side. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't think we're going to get any there. So we're sort of balanced with the plant, sort of an equal amount on either side. And now what I want to do is to clean up the cordon to possibly encourage growth of new buds. So the first one I'm going to do is to take this end off. Because it sticks beyond the post. Here I have an old knob that I'm going to peel off. And what you want to do is to try to peel it down to live wood. If you have live wood underneath it, you may encourage some bud growth there. Okay, so that's that. Here's one that's not any good. I'll take that off. There's one on the bottom, and I'll try to cut it back. This one I'm going to leave. This one is dead, so I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to try to peel it right down to fresh wood. Here's one here that I'm going to take off. And if you see, you can see some live wood underneath there. There's one on the back side that you can't see. And then here's one on the end that I'm going to peel right down to bare wood. So now I've pruned it, and I probably kept fewer buds than I normally would, but because the vine is not vigorous enough, I want to put all the energy into those new buds. And next year when we get ready to prune, we should have stronger canes to work with. Thank you.